Have you seen the movie Terminator? Pretty scary stuff, right? The future of AI, the machines are coming for us. But the real AI risk is machines wiping us out. I mean, there's also a risk of that, but it's machines replacing paychecks. Less income means fewer contributions to pensions, index funds, and markets. That's how the productivity boom turns into a negative feedback loop real fast. The question is, can you survive? So I'll let you know in this video how I'm preparing, okay, as well as the risks involved. So remember when investors actually picked stocks? It's already starting to feel like ancient history. These days, it's all automated flows, baby. Money funnels into index funds with zero judgment calls. And if you haven't noticed, ETFs are the new gravity wells of capital. Take Bitcoin ETFs as a good example. Most people don't want to deal with the self-custody, the seed phrases, all the BS. They just want exposure. They buy the ETF and it's just simple. Simple as choosing the best restaurant that fits your budget. It's effortless, it's easy, it's convenient, and apparently pretty safe if you trust BlackRock. Every 2 weeks, millions of paychecks hit bank accounts. A few percent automatically slide into 401ks, IRAs, and ETFs, which then blindly buy the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, expensive or not. No one's checking valuations, they're not reading earnings reports or even thinking about it. They're just dollar cost averaging in for the 20, 30-year time frame so they can retire in peace. It's the ultimate DCA machine. That mechanical rhythm rewired Wall Street's DNA. Passive funds were just 6% of U.S. equity fund assets in 1996. Today, nearly 60% of equity fund capital flows passively. That's according to Avantis Investors. Even in pure ownership terms, passive funds now control about 18% of all US stocks, a figure that has tripled in just 10 years. The math became self-reinforcing. More flows push prices higher, higher prices make investors feel wealthier. The feeling wealthier, the wealth effect, drives even more flows. It's a feedback loop running on human habit, a market on autopilot. But there's a catch. The machine only runs when people are actually getting paid. If AI starts replacing jobs, it doesn't just dent wages, it severs the money flow into economic markets. Every lost income means one fewer contribution. And since passive funds buy everything these days, those missing dollars don't just nudge a few stocks, they drain the entire market's bloodstream. Passive investing turned human labor into the fuel for perpetual market growth. But if labor income disappears, thanks to human robotics and AI replacing white-collar jobs, the flow stops. When the spice stops flowing, well, bad things happen. The autopilot crashes. AI doesn't need to blow up corporate revenues to tank markets. It just has to quietly hollow out the workforce, and with it, the automatic money machine that's propping up the whole damn market, the whole passive investing scheme. According to a Nerd Wallet report, the average U.S. worker contributes about 7.7% of their pay into a 401k, and employers add another 4.6%, pushing total retirement contributions to roughly 14.3% of income. That money doesn't wait for market signals. It just buys every payday. Passive long-term investing. As of early 2025, Americans had nearly $30 trillion parked in 401ks and IRAs combined. And according to Fidelity, over 95% of participants default into target date funds. Set and forget vehicles that mechanically funnel cash into these index funds, the S&P, the NASDAQ, all that stuff, mega cap tech complex basically. In just the first half of 2025, nearly 78,000 tech job losses have been directly attributed to AI-driven cuts. Maybe that's the early signal, not the end state. Now look, the market is forcing everybody to become an investor. The economy is forcing everyone to become an investor. And if you want to be investing, you should have a community that has your back, okay? That's why we made the Inner Circle. It's our private Discord group. You're gonna talk to me, my team, and our group of highly engaged investors and traders. Plus, you're gonna get our free trading courses, $299 value. Normally, you can get that for free when you sign up. You're going to get weekly altcoin reports, all those hot trending altcoins. Are they BS or not? We're going to tell you. What about high fidelity stock picks? AI, tech, robotics, all the good shit. We are covering it all the time. Chart setups, okay, for stocks, crypto, and metals. Long and short positions, okay, with clear entries and exits. This is the community that's going to help you get the edge. There's a link down below. It's $50 a month. You get a 7-day free trial. If you don't like it after 7 days, all good. But give it a try. You won't regret it. Link down below. Okay, so look, the World Economic Forum, I know. Basically the Bond villain organization. But anyway, the World Economic Forum estimates that AI-driven displacement could reach as high as 85 million jobs globally by 2025. We're in 2025. That's a lot of jobs getting displaced this year, with roughly 40% of all roles affected in some form. In other words, what we're seeing right now is the opening phase, not the full cycle. Oxford Economics projects 20 million manufacturing jobs will be gone by 2030, and longer-term forecasts suggest 60 to 80% of jobs will be automated or fundamentally transformed by mid-century. Employers aren't waiting. According to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report, around 40% of companies right now plan to reduce their workforce due to extra efficiencies from AI over just the next 5 years. The slowdown is already visible. Professional services job openings fell to multi-year lows in 2025, down roughly 20% year over year. Time to become a plumber or an electrician, guys. Those social media market manager jobs, not hitting the same anymore. Even before mass deployment of AI fully hits, we're already looking at some pretty rough numbers. Every lost paycheck, of course, doesn't just hurt households, it quietly cuts off market fuel. At median wages of about $61,000, each displaced worker represents roughly $7,000 to $10,000 per year in vanished retirement contributions from 401ks and employer matches. That's money that would have flowed automatically into index funds and ETFs. To put the scale in perspective, ETFs pulled in over $1 trillion in new money in just the first 10 months of 2025, with a roughly $60 trillion US equity market. Okay? Think about it. Much of that demand was driven by retirement contributions and passive allocation rules, flows that don't react to headlines. They just keep dollar cost averaging in, but they do react to employment. Even the Magnificent Seven are not immune. These are the big tech stocks, right? Google and stuff like that. Their dominance isn't just about earnings, it's about constant passive demand. Together, they make up around 30% of the S&P 500, meaning that every retirement contribution and every ETF inflow disproportionately funnels in to the same handful of big tech names. When AI replaces workers, demand weakens at the source. Fewer paychecks simply equates into fewer automatic contributions and less marginal support for the market's largest stocks. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. You got to be very clear about this. It doesn't happen overnight. This is something that's going to take years to play out, and it'll be a very structural shift in the way markets work. In a passive-driven system, employment is the engine, and AI turns it into a volatility lever. So, are we doomed? Is it all over? Short term, no. Short term, this is not such a big problem. Long term, yeah, we got some issues, okay? Every major productivity leap destroys old jobs before creating new ones. So the AI boom will, in essence, create lots of new jobs that didn't exist before. Artisans were steamrolled by factory lines. Horses powered economies until cars wiped out millions of carriage jobs, then built mechanics, highways, and logistics empires. AI will not be any different, but there will be a massive disruption. Adaptation will lag by years, perhaps even decades. Markets never handle transitions gracefully. The Dow collapsed 89% from 1929 to 1932, partly driven by mechanized fears from tractors and cars replacing horses and people on farms. Today, passive investing amplifies the swings. Fewer workers, weaker flows. History is clear. Society will adjust, just not fast enough to protect your 401k. So what's the plan? Well, not financial advice, of course, but hedging becomes a rational response, and we're spoiled for choice right now. A century ago, your options were gold and silver. Still good options. Commodities have proven themselves without a doubt this year. In face of all this fear, commodities are rallying. Today, we also have Bitcoin, a digital asset with no central point of control, permissionless money, finite supply, built for a digitized world under stress. And it reacts, of course, to liquidity situations, but long-term, Bitcoin just keeps going up. There's no reason to rely on just one defense anymore. In risk management, 2 is 1, 1 is none, meaning multiple independent backups. That includes precious metals, real estate, if you can manage it. Stocks, of course, still do matter in these situations. People will not stop buying stuff. But just like the dot-com bust, disruption doesn't wipe out everything. A handful of companies adapt, they emerge stronger. Selective stock exposure can play a role still. And again, none of this happens overnight. We're talking by the end of the decade, we're looking at some problems. Over the next few years, ride the wave while it's still going. But the bottom line, real assets endure, okay? So I'm positioning for volatility first, upside second. The question is, are you ready for this massive disruption that's coming? And if you're not, Start thinking about how to get ready. Thanks for watching.